Wonder Woman is a superhero movie directed by Patty Jenkins and stars Gal Gadot, and the film is an origin story of the female superhero Wonder Woman. Before this film came out, I was not looking forward to seeing it, because this is film number 4 in this DC universe, and basically every other film has sucked hard. Man of Steel sucked, Batman v Superman sucked, and Suicide Squad sucked. So I was expecting Wonder Woman to suck like all those other films. But after seeing it, not only is this the best film so far in the DC universe, but this is the best superhero film where the main character is a female superhero. And for the majority of this film, I very much liked it. I do have problems with this film, but I will eventually get to those. What did I like about this film? Firstly, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. When I first heard Gal Gadot was going to play Wonder Woman, I was just like, really? And it took me years to be convinced by this casting. But after seeing this film, I can declare Gal Gadot's casting is very much like Christopher Reeve's casting as Superman. Because not only is this the best version of Wonder Woman I've seen, but it's hard for me now to see any other actress play this role. Because any future superhero film now, I will always see Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And something I noticed while watching this film was, this film felt like two specific superhero movies. One being Captain America the First Avenger, where the superhero fights in a world war. And the second film this film feels like is Batman Begins, because this film, plain and simple, is an origin story. But that's also a problem, because much like Batman Begins, this film focuses on one aspect but then doesn't focus on another, and that being the villains. The villains in this film aren't exactly great. In fact, the villains in this film were pretty forgettable, but much like Batman Begins, the focus of the film isn't on the villains, it's on the hero herself, and the hero in this film is Wonder Woman. Because throughout the runtime of this film, we see Wonder Woman as a young child grow into an adult and training to be a superhero. And we get to see the development of Wonder Woman over the course of the film. So yeah, a majority of this film I really liked, but like I said, there are problems. And like I stated earlier, the villains are the weakest aspect of this film. And that's because we don't get to see any character development from them. We don't know anything on their backstory, we don't know anything about them. And the villains are played by good actors, no question about that. It's just, again, the villains in this film didn't have enough development for us to get into them. Another thing I didn't like were the visual effects. And every time a scene needed to use CGI, it was pretty obvious what was real and what was not. In fact, a majority of the effects in this film I could tell were green screen. In fact, the green screen in this film was pretty obvious and hard to miss. Another thing I didn't like was the comedy. Now, I didn't have a problem with the comedy, I just felt like it wasn't needed in this film. And that's all the negative stuff I have to say about this film, because the rest of this film is amazing. The action scenes in the film are incredible. Once the action scenes start, that's when it's all go from then on. Overall, this was a solid superhero movie, and it's a nice change of pace to see a female superhero take the lead for once. And while the negative stuff I said are there, this is a film where the positive outweighs the negative. And like I said, Gal Gadot's casting is incredible, the action scenes are really good, the story I was sucked into from beginning to end. This was, for me, an enjoyable movie, and this film for me is a film I can't wait to check out again. And I'm gonna give Wonder Woman an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5. Thank you so much for watching.